everybody. We have better audio for Jabari.
Um.
It's legit better. Like, I can hear you better. 100%.
Okay. Switch to my.
Alright, Jabari's gonna switch to something, because that did cut out.
Let me switch to my old setup.
Alright. Jabari will switch. He'll be back, guys. We're gonna talk about the Civ draft here. Zarc versus EmperorZaki. I don't know how he wants his name pronounced. But, nonetheless, home maps and Civ draft up here for you. We do have Banana Cove for Zarc. Have Jungle Nomad here for EmperorZaki. And we have a Civ draft in front of us, guys. Mayans, Mongols, Lithuanians, Bohemians for Zarc. And Emperor has Italians, Aztecs, Berbers, and Britons. We're going to dive into the games here in just a minute. Like I said, we're having some audio issues here for Jabari. Those straightened away. Jabari back. Hello, sir.
Hello.
That is certainly better, but I think I need to boost you on my end. Go ahead.
Cool. This is my old setup. Let's just rock this.
All right, sounds good. I think on my end everything's good. Everyone else can let me all right on their end as well. But we're gonna dive into the game here, guys, and we're on our way. We'll be on Arena, of course. Game 1 here. Zarc.
But this is Arabia, not Arena.
Oh, Jesus. It's been a long day. Anyways, Zarc will open with a 3-house build order. Interesting. And he did grit Loom right away. So he is paying attention to the map. Means he may have practiced this one.
That's actually backwards. If he was practiced with everything, he would not get Loom right away.
I give up.
Long day.
Long day. Aztecs on the other side for the Emperor here. And he is on a more standard build order. What do you think this matchup? 2 Mezzo Civs going to go at it here.
I mean, it's an all-time classic matchup. I think that the verdict is still out, or the jury is still out. The verdict is not in on which Civ has the better of it. It really does just come down to straight-up player skill. I think that in Banano, with the starting monkey, if you know that you can start up an extra Ville with Mayans, that little difference might be enough to tip the balance. But clearly, either Civ could take this pretty easily here.
Yeah, for sure. And we already have the Emperor pushing in a deer, so he's looking to get that food boost here nice and early. And other side, it looks like scouting right now. So we'll see what happens over here. Should be a fun matchup. We do have 2 sheep in the very back here for Zarc, so we'll see if he can take that and find it. It's going to be quite a weird place to scout, I feel like. Luckily, he'll try to see what's over there at some point, though.
Yeah, but both these players, man, they got pretty nice maps. I'm mostly just looking at the wall ability. I think that they should both be able to get their main goals walled in pretty nicely. And at least in the case of Zarc here, his berries are also incredibly safe. Seems like they're just 4 tiles from his TC.
Yeah, RIP monkey pathing. What do we have here? Interesting.
I don't know, man. The monkey path's the same as every unit. People like to complain about lots of little things.
Yeah, well, true. Will be interesting to see this matchup, though. This is seed 32 versus seed 33, meaning they were right up against each other in the way of Elo. So it should be a very balanced match here. Winner of this will move on to face Kingston, the number 1 seed in the bracket.
Interesting. So this is probably the last set that either of these players have a realistic hope of winning. But it should be a banger, man, if they're actually that tight.
Yeah, it will definitely be interesting, to say the least. Close Elos. This is probably the closest Elo set that we have, given the bracket. Round of 64 being so diverse. So it will be a lot of fun to see how the players perform here, and it should be a very close matchup. And I like that we're both Meso Civ here. Could be an interesting battle. Will be at least until late game, where I feel like Mayans are probably the Civ advantage.
Possibly, man. I think it really goes to show how different the high level meta. Not that these guys are higher level than the 1500 bracket players, but in this open division, as well as in the high elo battlegrounds tournament in the past, I remember Mezzo was seen a lot more. I'm not sure why it is that higher level players seem to gravitate more towards these civs.
I mean, yeah, it definitely going to be interesting to see how players are going about this. We already have a 2 militia rush coming forward here for the Emperor. He is going to run into a wolf, however, so he's going to lose some HP on that one there. Not ideal, but should still be able to go forward with this and try to do some damage here.
Yep, though that wolf really devastated the Drush, took probably like 30% of the total HP off it.
Yeah, never ideal, that's for sure. Feudal Age up a little faster here for Zarc. He did not invest in himself, just now getting his barracks up. Looks like it probably will go up, but that wolf wouldn't have been there. It may have been denied, actually.
Still might be denied, man. Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah, Monkey's going to be here too, though, so this Ville is definitely going to go down.
I mean, it's possible that some quick walling could come in. Looks like he's actually microing the Ville, so maybe it's on his mind.
Oh.
Holy shit, bro. You know,
It
man,
was
he did the
close.
hard part and then botched the second wall tile. I'm still impressed.
Yeah, nice attempt for sure. But that is good for the Emperor here, who has just now clicked up, just garrisoned a bunch of vills in his town center. But Feudal Age and Archer transition gonna be coming here. Didn't talk too much about the maps. It's gonna be fairly easy to secure the backside here for Zarc. He has golds, stones, and a wood line right there, and he did just quick wall in his other wood line, so should be fairly safe now.
Yep, very nice small walls on the wood. The Drush has already done its damage, but the damage control by Zarc is solid here. Seems likely he will get archers out before any more pestering comes through.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. This berries are still exposed here. Looks like we will see some quick walls come in this time. Even just killing the sheep there. Afraid it was going to die once the food. Militia will be in on the back side here. Should be able to do some damage, but one Vil should be okay. But oh no, there's a Vil out here on the other side of the gold. Downhill shots from a monkey going to come in.
Yep, the monkey he should probably run at this point. I feel like, yeah, he's going to lose his monkey for nothing here, as he does. Good defense by Zarc.
Yeah, things are looking okay here. Not too bad. Still housed at the moment here. He's trying to get houses up. Has an archer coming out. And behind this, a little bit later up, but it will be blacksmith archery range already coming down here for the Emperor, who will also need a house for himself here in a second. Oh no, he is up there. Must complete there.
Yep, and ranges mirroring for the Mezzo matchup. It's what you expect when you don't have access to a stable. I mean, ranges are absolutely essential for fighting feudal.
Yeah,
As
absolutely.
we do see a spear mixed in for Emperor, I guess he really just wants some presence after losing his monkey.
Yeah, and this wolf again gonna get some good hits in. Takes a lot of HP off this archer. He might actually get the kill. He does. Woo woo woo.
Yep, kind of weird to send out an individual archer. Honestly, it's so much better to wait for a few. Like, a single archer can essentially do no damage, and as we just saw, also dies so easily.
Indeed. Archer is going to be forward here. There will be a monkey still open here, but should be able to defend with his own units. Going into one archer and then a skirm follow-up.
Yep, and you know what? I take back everything I said. This one archer is idling a complete wood line. Maybe it's good to send just one forward, even if it goes down here. Honestly, the total idle time, it's actually paid for itself, that archer.
Yeah, Monkey will go down as well here. Walls across the front complete here for Emperor, and looks like walls are coming up for Zarc. Archers forward here though as well, just one again, so these guys are just trying to get as much damage done here.
It seems like both players are pretty lightly committed to feudal. I guess they're both walling. If you look at their military queues, neither of them are being too adamant about keeping the units coming out. I guess this game will go to Castle Age quite easily, and I don't know what to expect from there, man. I guess they're both thinking crossbows, maybe mixing in some eagles, siege. Hard to say, man.
Yeah, I think both players going into archers here makes sense. I don't know though because we are seeing a lot of skirms out. So if Zarc decides to add a few eagles, it would be very hard for the Emperor to that position. Both
Yep.
players going into skirmish. Skirmisher just feels weird here, to be honest. But I guess if your opponent's going into it, it will work out just fine. And
Yeah, I mean, in a ranged unit fight, skirm is never a bad thing as they're fighting for this hill. Actually, looking at the map geography, this hill that they're currently fighting on is going to be so important for the entire game. I
yep.
would guess that whichever player ends up holding this for most of Castle Age will probably win the game.
Yeah, and Zarc takes a very decisive advantage in that fight. Military numbers are 10 to 4 now. Another archer will go down. Walls will be up, not completed yet over here for the Emperor, but should be able to get those up, I think.
I think the wall should be enough for Emperor to be able to get decent skirm numbers to scare this back.
Yeah, Emperor does look a little bit closer to the next age, though, as far as resources, but upgrades are going to be better for Zarc, as Wheelbarrow is about to come in here. He is missing the armor upgrade defensively, but he does have the better eco behind this upgrades. Wheelbarrow going to complete is just huge as well.
Yeah, and actually, I was going to say he's incredibly vulnerable here if the archers come around this palisade and break in, which it looks like they're going to do.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, it was a little weird to have him go forward with those archers early, but it definitely has paid off as far as one villager kill in the game and being able to idle looking fairly good as he will take a bunch of downhill shots here, and Palisade will go down fairly quickly.
Yeah, you know, it's really looking like Zarc is kind of dominant, man. I'm not sure why it is that Emperor's been underproducing so much and still doesn't have more res in the bank to go Castle Age. But Zarc, who doing some market work to get up quicker, Zarc is winning both on the economic and military front so hard right now. The economic situation for Emperor is just going to get worse as all of this stuff gets idled. Zarc honestly looks like he's taking the game right now, man.
Yeah, I mean, the market is going to block them from running in that way, but honestly, I think Zarc is probably taking really good exchange here, even though he's lost a few units. He's killed all of these that got to be upgraded, and he's just going to dive. I like
Yeah.
this.
I mean, with such similar civs and the players being similar elos, as you say, this is going to be so tough for Emperor to come back from. He's going to be 12 military units down in the next stage. His eco is going to be also quite a bit behind in Vill count, not to mention Vill efficiency. The timing of Castle Age is going to be behind. And yeah, man, with I mean, it's not a proper mirror, but Aztec versus Mayans is pretty close. Uh, like some big mangonel shots are probably Emperor's only hope.
Yeah, but even at that spot in the game, this villager idle time, lack of the eco upgrades, Emperor is looking he is going to have a very rough transition, as it looks like he's going to try to go into Eagles here.
Yeah, he doesn't have the res for a siege workshop and a mangonel or anything like that. But when you're this far behind, you need hugely asymmetric trades. Like you need a mangonel to 1 for 10 the opponent, basically. Eagles aren't going to cut it once Botkin comes in, and these Eagles don't even have the first armor. So, well,
Looks like he might clean it up.
I guess one skirm and one Eagle cleans this up. What do I know, man?
While the skirms were fighting the skirms there, they weren't actually shooting at the eagle. It dove in there, did a fine job. But even still, switching into eagles here, it's going to be hard to keep that production up. He's going to be going 3 barracks. It's going to be 1 TC behind this. Crossbows already on the other end. Quick University going to come down. So ballistics most likely in store early here. And you can also see the Mayan player add self.
But he is not going that route, which gives Emperor actually a decent chance here, man. As somebody who loves to go archers myself, Eagles are really tough to deal with, man. Once they get full upgrades and they're in good numbers, like it feels like the archers like just do 1 or 2 damage per volley or something. It's an incredibly bad matchup actually for the archers. Plus, Eagles have tremendous rating potential. Emperor's given himself a chance here with his unit choice of Eagles. And it looks like the Eagles are just running across the map. No. I don't know. I think I would love to see a couple Eagles go across the map just to like see if it's possible to get into Zarc space and maybe do a little bit of counter damage.
Yeah, I mean, the walls are primarily buildings, but there are a big area of just palisades, so it's possible that damage could be done. Eagles are getting their upgrades. We already have Eagle Warrior +1 defense, and we have +2 defense on its way in. I mean, at this point, full Eagle seems to be his only play, so we'll see how this works out for him. 23 military to 7, though.
Yep. And you say, man, it's palisades and houses, but you know there's like maybe as high as a 50% chance that there's a hole as well. Or that they can like sneak in when a unit opens the gate. So, especially when you're down, it never hurts to send a couple raiding units across.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, it's possible, but yeah, this Eagle with +2 just about got taken out by a couple volleys here, so Eagle numbers will be in mass. The Eagles have gone forward. This gate might go down here. Wall behind it, or is he trying to repair? So he's just trying to run in here. I think there's enough crossbows here to deal with this, honestly.
No, man. If the Eagles spread out, they should get some kills. They should distract a lot.
Oh, he got ballistic.
Oh. Well.
Yeah. And on the front side here as well, Eagles are trying to dive here, but Zarc just microing them. And I don't even think Zarc's going to lose maybe 2 crossbows here at most.
Yeah. 4 lead is also just disheartening for Emperor. This is looking incredibly rough. I think the time to pray for big mangonel shots is at hand, man. There's nothing else that could possibly equalize the military at this point.
Yeah, and keeps getting pushed off of his gold. He's actually going to send Vils out on this side maybe to get onto that gold. And again, the idle the eco running here, never what you want to have happen. Yeah, this is going to be Eagles coming in to die again. Military mass gets depleted even more. Another Vil will be lost. No siege at all. No siege workshop. Be hard to deal with. Trying to get a town center up outside, but 18 Vil difference and 41 military to 4. And yeah, the GG will come in here. Zarc will take game 1. And it looked rather convincing after the early dad for himself.
Yeah, I mean, I would just conclude from this that Zarc is an Arabia player and Emperor is not. And given this tournament's map pool, that actually bodes quite well for Emperor. For these players to be like at the same elo level, it just implies that their strengths are in different places. And I feel like on Emperor's home map, he will shine.
Yeah, definitely we'll have to wait and see. But we'll pull up the Civs map draft here for you guys, which I believe have this right.
An interesting official noob. Yeah, he never added a siege workshop. He was like behind at the start of Castle Age, so I think a Siege Workshop to try and just pray for some lucky shots probably was his only hope there.
Yeah, yeah, and he wasn't able to get the eagle numbers up. I think it was just far behind at that point. And the attempt to attack was a good idea, but ultimately didn't get enough damage in. So the counterattack didn't help him a ton.
Yep. But I guess we go to Jungle Nomad here, man.
Yes, the Emperor has chosen the Jungle Nomad for Game 2. Should be interesting, guys. We're going to dive into that in just a second. On rolling. Guys, for hanging out tonight. Do appreciate it. I know some of you have been here throughout most of the tournament. Do appreciate it. Hope you guys are enjoying. Jungle Nomad on its way. Here we go, guys. Going to be a fun game number 2 here. Jungle Nomad, Jabari, what do you have to say about this iteration of it?
Actually, absolutely love it, man. It is the most chaotic map in the pool, which really says a lot considering we have Banana in there. It is a retro gen. You have to start with a lumber camp and collect a little bit before you drop that TC. The resources are distributed incredibly unevenly. In fact, the golds on this map are entirely up against that one edge. This is actually insane, man. Like, there's no gold on an entire half of the map. The food is similarly oddly distributed. Yeah, players quite often at the start have a little bit of banter, as one or two of them often don't expect that it's a lumber camp first start.
Yep.
Some joking about the big wood here. The map is highly wallable. We have not seen any two games play out alike on this. And honestly, man, you can't have a prep to build or anything. It's crazy every single time, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Good news, though, is both players have located some sheep scouts for themselves here. So we can see that the scouting is going to be very important. Both players actively able to do that, given the fact that they are going to have to build up the wood count before dropping a town center. And we often see players move from their original lumber camp position, and they will drop it on a more valuable area of the map. But we'll have to wait and see. A lot of the food resources in the south corner here, and then there is one giant patch up here in the north as well. But otherwise, it's pretty tight with mineral resources towards the north. Going to make an interesting position here. We do have Bohemians against Berbers as well. I'm not sure how I feel about these two civs here. It's going to be interesting. I think. Yes, you probably have to favor Bohemians here, right?
I like both civs here, man. They're so different. It's hard to pick a favorite. I mean, I personally would prefer Bohemians. The free mining upgrades, I really dig. If it comes to late game, Bohemians kind of shred, man, if they can get to Halb Hoof Nice. And this map is kind of choky, so if you want to force it to late game, you often can. Berbers, on the other hand, the faster vills is actually highly relevant on this map, as your vills often need to run quite great distances in the early game. The cheaper cavalry is obviously nice. Berbers also have a diverse tech tree. I don't know, man. This is not a commonly seen matchup on a common map. It definitely comes down to player skill, I think, more than civs.
Yeah, I like the banter between the guys. They're having some fun with it. But yeah, I think Bohemians would be favored here. They get that bonus damage for their spears. They also have Arbalists to deal with camel archers. And Hoof Knights are just absolutely OP. I think they're broken, actually. I think they're going to nerf them into the ground before too long.
Maybe, man, it's an expensive tech that takes a long time to come in, but it does kind of feel like El Dorado. It's one of those techs where once it comes in, if you're at a healthy pop, you don't tend to lose.
Yeah, and it's very, very expensive, but it's so good. It's not even funny.
For sure. An official noob asked if I'm in the tournament. Indeed, I am, man. I'm playing my round 2 game tomorrow against freaking Andy, the number 2 seed. And brace yourself for the upset of the century, man.
2K3 player against 1K5 player.
Yeah.
Jabari is predicting the upset of the year.
I mean, I'll be like celebrating if I even just hang on in one of the games for a little while. My chances of winning the set, I estimate to be probably around the 1 in 10,000 mark, possibly even worse. I think it's a little bit better. I know the maps, I know the settings. He's certainly not prepared whatsoever. He certainly is going to underestimate me, or at least not play his hardest at first. So I do have quite a few things going for me, but the 800 elo difference predicts that he will win probably somewhere around 1 in 10, like, 99.95 or 99% of the time,
Someone needs to clip these comments so we can be prepared with a wonderful feedback video. But nonetheless, I like what we're seeing here from Zarc. He's going to move out to the hunt, and there are, 6 deer here. That is pretty big. Emperor is going to try to lure in the Emperors from the south, which I also like. Faster moving bills. He only has the herdables, so why not go out there and bring that in? That bonus for fast moving bills, they were joking about it earlier, but legitimately, very nice bonus to have here.
For sure. It's like an incredibly relevant early game nomad bonus. It helps so much with luring the boars. It helps so much with Vil fights. I mean, often you have to like relocate a huge section of your economy. Perhaps you have to like walk halfway across the map for stone or for deer or whatever. I mean, it also continues to pay dividends throughout the game, both like in collection speed as well as in Vil survivability when you get raided. I think it's one of like the best. I don't even know if you can call it an economic upgrade. It's like an economic bonus, but it also increases the military potential of Vils. I love it, man. It's such a good bonus.
I mean, that said, Bohemians have the same advantages once searching a few monk texts as well, so.
Indeed, yeah. It doesn't kick in quite as early. And honestly, dude, the Bohemian mining bonuses are so sick. Like, they just feel like they vacuum up the golden stone. Every time I play them, I look away and I look back, and like the mineral resources are all collected.
Yeah, it's very strange. We'll be interested to see how these guys do out. I think just due to the positioning on the map here, I like where the Emperor has his town center. He's in the middle. He can go any direction here. And if he goes north, he finds a ton of valuable resources. A big cliff. He could potentially wall things off there. And I do like, though, how Zarc is expanding. He's out to another mill here. It's going to be what I would anticipate is going to be some sort of a fast castle play from both.
Yeah. I think fast castle into a race to build a castle is kind of the meta on a nomad type map when the TCs are this close. Like, as far as crucial areas go, a castle can literally cover both TCs here, be so good for defense as well as be so devastating for offense.
Yeah, but that said, they don't know where each other's town centers.
I feel like that might change come Castle Age.
I don't know, though. There might have been a sheep lost here to the town center for.
Yeah, you can also
Zarc.
see the felled tree if you're Zarc. So I would venture to say Zarc can guess where the opponent is. Emperor, on the other hand, with tremendous scouting, he's almost scouted so well that if one of his sheep did discover the enemy TC, it's not even noticeable through the fog of war pattern.
Yeah. Interesting. 2 farms coming down here from Zarc, so definitely feels like we're going to see some sort of a fast castle attempt. Both players going to need a lot of food, though, and we just have the Emperor moving out to the north potentially now. Yeah, he sees all of the. We'll have 4 boar, 6 sheep, or 6 hunt, and 9 sheep actually.
Yep, it's quite the mother load. and Bohemians don't tend to add scouts or knights or anything that's likely to raid that. So that food can probably be taken at a pretty leisurely pace. Or yeah, that's going to be huge for Emperor.
Yeah, absolutely. And all these boar here will make for quite the good income. Lots of vills, though, will need to be sent out from the safety of the town center. So Zarc is on his way to the next age already. And maybe he's going to go for scouts, potentially, I guess.
It would be unexpected from Bohemians, but adding 1 or 2 scouts, both for scouting as well as to potentially catch out enemy vills that have strayed too far from home, is not a bad move. But yeah, I think FC's got to still be the play. Like, if he knows where the enemy TC is, FC into castle on it, like, feels like a winning move. But yeah, he's actually added up to 3 on stone now. Zarc's got to be going FC castle drop, I'd say.
Yeah, he clicked up just a little early, I think, for Fast Castle. 24 pop.
24 vills, if you have good food resources, is certainly doable. But yeah, he's arriving at feudal with less than 300 food. I don't know how smooth this is going to be, but I don't expect him to add military in feudal age.
I do like these outposts coming for Zarc here, as he will have a good idea what's headed in his direction should they cross this. Blacksmith Market is placed down here. He is taking this boar here, so he does have quite the food, but there's only 4 on it right now. Maybe he'll sell some resources to try to get up as well.
Zarc going for Town Watch as part of his FC build. I dig it, man. Vision is so important. Like, it informs so well for like these crucial strategic decisions.
Yeah, and he will see quite a bit here. Sees some farming going on, sees some golds. I like it. I like it.
Yep, and also crucially, if the opponent comes to try and tower him or something, he will see it a mile away.
Yeah, and he will be clicked to Castle Age almost a full minute before Emperor even gets Feudal Age. So,
oh boy, dude, this castle might drop and take out Emperor's TC before he even reaches Castle Age. I mean, there are so many positive outcomes that can come from immediately castle dropping the opponent's TC, but in this case, it might actually be an instant GG.
I mean, more vills are shifting onto it as Feudal Age is just now going to come in. Castle Age is still just a minute and a half away. Good market and blacksmith placement, at least for the Emperor here, so the castle would have to go around though. Dropped. But ultimately, they'll have enough to. 5 on stone, 482 in the bank.
He'll have it without any additional market abuse, though I guess he's abusing the market in advance to ensure that. Yep, the writing is on the wall, man, and I think that he will have a pretty easy time placing it such that the opponent's TC is covered. Oh boy. Emperor will still be kind of okay if he reaches Castle Age before his TC goes down. But
it's gonna be rough.
It's looking like Zarc's game, man. I've seen these dynamics play out before, and yeah, I called this a long time ago. There's a reason why it's kind of the meta. If you have the opportunity to castle drop the opponent's TC, it's just absurdly powerful.
Yeah, and he's just going to abandon the town center here, and yeah, not
to do it.
Great. I think he'll still make it to the Castle Age, though. I don't think that he'll be in trouble there. It's already 57% of the way in here, so only about a minute away. I think, if anything, you have to repair this just a little bit even. It's worth it. Loses Castle Age here, it's probably just...
Yeah, PC will stay up. He's not like attacking it or garrisoning the castle to ensure that it goes instant monastery. I love it as Bohemians. So often as Bohemians, you forget that you can upgrade your vills at the monastery. Just having it as part of your build order to drop the monastery right away, always a good thing. Zarc with some 11s. He's still having a good time. Honestly, I guess Zarc is the one who's doing the dropping. Never mind. Of course he's 11ing.
Yeah, and all the vills have headed to the north to evacuate. Few vills have gone down to these Hussite wagons here, and vills are actually leading them in that direction as well, so not looking great there.
Emperor's still competitive in score. That must just be from scouting. Is about to be on, yeah, he's rebuilding the TC in a very fine location, actually. From here, he'll be able to take stone, build a castle, get himself some golds. In the end, Emperor has actually fared quite well here.
Yeah, Zarc is obviously going to be a little ahead here. We'll be taking this down, so I might even get the conversion. Nope, Ville needed. But, yeah, Hussite, Wagon, and Monk is going to be pretty hard to deal with here. And these Vills over here are just taking the brunt of this wagon. But 200 HP, another unit, I wouldn't be surprised if we...
I think they'll nerf multiple unique units from the same civ in the same patch. Hussite wagons fall pretty easily to massed up cavalry. They're pretty vulnerable to monks for civs that have redemption. They're definitely not broken, in my opinion. So, and against Berbers, who's inclined to go for heavy cavalry anyways, I don't think they're an especially good unit for the civ matchup. As Emperor is just stabilizing here, man. He is behind 10 vills. He's going to have to take a TC lead. But he's got himself a secure corner here, man. This is not ending an early game.
Yeah, I mean, gold vills were taken down over here. Stone vills went down as well. That's why the big villager deficit right now. Hussite wagon being really annoying over here.
And an interesting point of comparison, people often compare the Hussite wagon to the War wagon, but in this particular civ matchup, the fact that the Hussite wagon is not technically a cavalry archer, which the War wagon is, plays a bit of a role, because the unique unit for Berbers does not get the bonus damage, I don't think. I'm pretty sure there's no horse in that thing.
I would agree, yes. And I think that's probably why it's not classified the same way. But we'll see what happens. I just feel like they're just very powerful. You can do it. So,
their damage output isn't that great, man. A lot of their value comes from the fact that they're essentially a ram when it comes to just withstanding arrow fire.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. A very strange mining camp, but this boat is randomly placed inside of this area. A lot of bumping will occur here. Potentially not the greatest, but it is the only gold he has access to at the moment. Hussite wagons all around here, and Zarc is even going to wall this side off and basically take the corner for himself. Some camel archers are going to try to come forward and do some damage here, but only 3 of them with fletching. Might find one villager. Yes, one, but I don't think he can get much otherwise.
It's a good little annoyance, but the Vil lead is so big that Emperor will only get back into this with some sort of crazy boom. Minor raids are not going to impact the essential, giant Vil lead here.
Yeah, and Zarc's going to be going to Imp soon behind this. He's building up that economy, and he's not producing a whole lot. Idling the CC even right now, so trying to get up to Imp to be able to push back this castle. It's going to be really good for him. He's definitely ahead. Probably feels like he's ahead after killing everything he has.
Yeah, I think this Imp will close the game out. He's gonna mix in bombard cannons to start. The only unit which would do well versus the Bohemians here would be heavy cavalry, and Bohemians could so easily switch into the spear line. as Emperor is falling even farther behind in bills.
Yeah, and he's not able to produce much. Went into one scout for some scouting, it looks like, but his eco is so stretched. Lost another Vil. Tried to take some that boar, but not great.
But
Camel
you know what?
archers still though.
Yeah, with these numbers of camel archers, they can possibly be microed very well to snipe bombard cannons and provide some life support for Emperor. Um,
Yeah,
I
they aren't going to
mean,
dive here though. Like, no archer upgrades for Zarc, so this could be a big move here.
I like the counterattack. Zarc is pretty safe though with his setup.
Yeah.
I don't think these camel archers will find too much damage, but they'll find something. It'll be a distraction.
Yeah, and they're not being active right now. I don't know what we're having done on the backside here. Light cav upgrade. Camel archers could find some good kills here, that's for sure. But ultimately, no ballistics here on these. Not even bloodlines. So these camel archers are going to go down fairly easily. There are military defending and outside wagons right now. Already one camel archer down. Only a couple vills. Villager count is a little closer now, but Imperial Age already here. And Emperor just says, oh.
Yep. I mean, he could have kept holding on. If he was holding on through losing his TC at the start of Castle Age, I thought he would hold on a little longer at the end. But he was in a horrible position. I can understand the GG.
Yeah, absolutely. No worries, though. GG's, and thank you for participating there, Emperor Zaki. I don't know. Such a lovely time trying to pronounce the names we have. But nonetheless, congrats to Zarc, who will be on here. And Jabari, I don't have these. By the way,
They are all, man. The count is correct. I can find the specific one for you.
I have 7 of them. Is all I have.
Really?
Yep. But we'll update the bracket real quick, guys.
Okay. Perhaps the problem is that I need to re-share the entire directory. Anyone with the link can view it. Copy link. Let me
send that over. We're gonna update the bracket here, guys. We'll give you a few more updates as well while Jabari works on that in background. Zarc takes it. He will be the lucky one who moves on to face Kingston. Is the number 1 seed. Just to update you guys on a few things, we have given out admin wins here. Agent Killer Panda get the admin win against Snappy. Responsive, Olashek and Dr. Lupa, same situation. Dr. Lupa was responsive, not so much Olashek. And I think we get one more. Yeah, Bomos gets the win over Vice. So every other set is in or has been played already. And we even have a round of 32 set available. So GG's to both. Congrats to Zarc, who will move on here. Say farewell to